Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube lands, it's your boy Tuglow, and today we have a little bit of bad news, but we mainly got a lot of good news, so let's just go ahead and go over it. Y'all see here we got this map event. Volume 1 is on notice. We'll take a look at this first. And this is from the survey that we had. I think the options were like, do you want a map event, a tower, or like a big boss where a bunch of people can like go in and fight it. And so I guess that they went with the map event. In this map event, we'll be taking on mixed unit squads from various events. We'll have boost items, fixed weapons, and different things to basically kill the area boss. What we do have for the rewards are this pilot and this supporter ship. I don't know either one of them. I don't even know what series they're from. Oh, it's a wing. Okay, cool. So this one is going to be a support. And then whenever he comes out, we'll take a look at him. And then this one, we've got at least his tough as nails tag, so that is good. I think this may be the first tough as nails tag that I'll get, so I'm pretty excited for this one. And then as we see down here, we can get boost items for HP, attack, defense, mobility, crit rate to make it easier for us to go through the battle. I wonder if we'll have the opportunity to go through it and be like, hey, I don't want to take these boosts. Let me see if I can just fight this stuff without it. You know, kind of make it a little bit more difficult on ourselves. Maybe that may be something we could do. But we'll have to wait and see. And honestly, just see how this plays out, since this will be our first map event. Now, we do have something that's interesting. It has the event sortie restrictions and boost. So I'm wondering, do we mean restrictions like I can only use these characters? Or are you just saying like, hey, you're only going to get a boost to these characters, the other ones ain't going to get nothing? Because if it's like that, that may be a little bit easier. But if we can only use characters from Wing and Gundam, or I guess Z Gundam, so what is that, Zeta, maybe? I don't know. Z Gundam series, and then Tough as Nails and Unstoppable, that could be a little interesting, depending on your account, you know? I don't know my account, you know, as far as series and tags off the top of my head, but if I do get restricted out of a lot of my core characters that I like to play with, it could be very interesting. And thankfully, I at least have already started on developing all my SSR characters, so hopefully I'm gonna be okay, but I'm very much looking forward to checking this out once it comes out. Now let's go ahead and get into the big juice, the big update. We've got some June 2025 update info. Now they want to preface this, I want to preface this right here. Please remember that all information is not yet confirmed at the time of writing, and because of that, this is where we're going to have a little bit of bad news a little bit further down. So, you know, in June, we've had the Stardust Memory, which is what's currently going on right now at the time of this recording. And then we just went over this map event that's going to be taking place, and they kind of show us a little bit of stuff here. We get some boosts to boost our force, we fight people, and then we get acquired rewards. Now, what this is, I ain't got no clue. This is something new. But I will say, one of the things that they do really push is that they say, since the maximum amount of PP points has a high limit, fully replenishing your PP can take up to 2 days. We encourage you to play as much as possible. I'm in it. I am in it. If you mean to tell me you're going to give me something that's going to let me be playing this game for a lot, you know, for a lot or a long time, hey, give it to me. And hopefully, you know, like I said, it'll be a little challenging instead of just like very menial and just mindless. You know, I'm hoping for a decent little challenge here, and that really makes me excited to see. Especially they say, hey, we want you to play as much as possible. That's always good. Then we already went over the rewards that we get, and this is where we'll get into their future plans. If we take a look at this, we're in June, we're in that Stardust Memory area, and then we'll have this map event a little bit later into June, and then they're gonna have a live stream. So if you look, they do have this Thunderbolt. We were supposed to be getting it here sometime in June, so I'm guessing they said, hey, this map event, we're gonna put it here. I don't know why, you know, they wanted to push Thunderbolt back. Maybe it's a juicy character, maybe it's got something to do that they'll tell us in the live stream. Maybe it's, you know, got something to do because they had to add in these main stages of Sea Destiny, which, hey, I'm watching that thing right now. We in it, so I'm cool. I'm glad to see that. But you know, it is a little unfortunate. However, it will give us a little bit more time to save up some diamonds for when this banner comes out, and I'm very, very, very hopeful that it will be a good banner, a juicy banner. But we'll just have to wait and see. And this late June stream, definitely gonna be looking forward to this. They do say that, you know, they apologize for having to push Thunderbolt back. You know, apologies for the inconvenience. That's okay. It is what it is. Now that we've gotten the little bit of bad news out of the way, let's get into the good juice. We actually have something about the Master League, the PvP, and a lot of the feedback. 250,000 people. We got them feedback. The number one thing right here, the AI is stressful. Obviously so. And then during development, there should be ways for units other than UR units to play an active role. That one, I guess I kind of get. At the end of the day, it is a gacha game, so if development units don't get to make it to the highest tier, that's, in my opinion, that's normal. But hey, if they find a way around that to make development units actually useful, kudos. I'd love to see it. There's a difference between strength and matchmaking. I mean, I would assume that there is. There's always going to be a bunch of whales. There's always going to be a bunch of free-to-play players. There's going to be a majority in between. That to me just seems natural, but hey, I get it. Some people could be upset about it, and it looks like that they're making differences. And then it says it's difficult to upgrade units fast enough during the event period. Therefore, it's hard to obtain a high score. I get that. I know that not everybody likes to play the mobile games every day. If you are logging in every day and you're doing your stuff, and you're just playing, you know, in theory, you should be able to get up there relatively at a decent pace. But for those that didn't, you know, start around that first week, and then, you know, maybe you got dropped on you immediately, I could totally see that. And then the last one is if you reach 150,000 points early, there's nothing else to do. I get that. However, I said that. That was one of the things I said. However, I didn't know that I could, like, swap somebody out and keep my high score point. If I knew that, I would have been fine. So let's go ahead and see what they got to say. The first one for the AI is stressful. This is an easy fix. Let's just be real. And they said it right here. Taking user playstyles into account. Well, gee, I wonder what user wants to just leave somebody on 1 HP. I don't know of anybody. They say, even on auto, the weapon that can deal the most damage is preferably selected. I don't know why that wasn't the first thing first, especially in a 5 versus 5 PvP, but hey, at least we got there, right? At least we got there. As far as the development is concerned, and with the difference in strength of matchmaking, they're going to look for creative ways to get these teams around, and they also address, like, hey, we know that it was because of the past tags, and a lot of them were mainly UR units. So for the next one, we're going to change up the tags. So maybe we'll have one tag that does like UR people, and then the other tag that covers a broad range of people. So that way we can see a little bit more variety, a little bit more spice, instead of every team that I fight just has an MLB Strike Freedom and an MLB Justice, and then, you know, I'm just getting barreled down. You know, so we'll potentially, hopefully, have some more variety in those PvP fights. Now, as far as the fourth one goes, about it being too difficult to upgrade units fast enough, if they find a way, maybe it increases our daily skips from 3 to 6, or 3 to 5, or 3 to 9, or 3 to 10, or whatever. If they either keep it in that week-long format, and then we just get it every week, that would be nice, because that's a lot of diamonds, right? Or if they do it 2 week long, and then we get 2 a month, I'd like to see an increase of juice, because, you know, otherwise it'd be kind of difficult to get some of those shop items. But I'm very much looking forward to see what they'll do there. And then on the last one, at 150k, there's nothing else to do. Hey, my whales, let me tell you, congratulations, y'all have been heard. Now, once you get to 150k, I introduce to you the challenge mode, 200,000. Really, the main thing that you're going to be getting here is an exclusive title by achieving new high scores during the event period. Once you get that 150, everything is going to stay the same. If I get 150, if I get 200,000, my main rewards will be the same. The only difference is you don't get a title. And at least for the whales who are like, hey man, this is boring, you know, I ain't got nothing to do, I totally get that. You want to challenge. You got a whole MLB squad and you just picking on, you know, people that ain't even nothing, right? So you want to take your MLB squad versus another MLB squad. I actually have a challenge for the Omega Whales. And there it is, 200,000. Hope y'all enjoy. Will I be participating? No, sir. That is not where I belong. And then as we see down here, once you get wins, it's going to get successively harder, so that way you can get that higher score. When your opponent has a lower rating, you can only get so much of a high score, so you need them to be stronger in order for you to get that higher score to get to that 200,000. The other thing that they did say is that they're going to change the amount of times that we can swap opponents from 3 to 5. So that way you can experiment more, you can play against more people, you can fight more, and honestly, just play more. Which, hey, that's a great thing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And now they give us a little sneak peek into what we got for next season. We are going to be fighting on the ground. So, you know, hey, if you got characters that you like that are on your team, I would like to think that most Gundams can fight on the ground, but there's always going to be exceptions. So right here we got UC series, and then we got Tough as Nails. So these two are going to be our next ones as far as tags are concerned that can say, hey, these are the ones that are going to be getting them boost. So if you got SSR development characters that you want to start juicing up, this would be the time. If you've got some characters that you haven't started leveling and they aren't development characters, they're gacha characters, hey, this would be the time. They give us ample time so we know, and then we can start cooking. They also tell us right here, it says they hope to implement all these changes with season 1, which will start around late June. Late June, it could be the last day of the month. You know, I'm not gonna hold it against them. Maybe it's right after that live stream, who knows. But we know that we've got a little bit of time to start prepping, and then we're going to hit the ground running with this UC series and Tough as Nails tags. And so our juice continues. They've got some major changes that they've got planned with that map event. The first one is an additional auto form feature. Whenever you choose a supporter and then you hit that auto form, they'll just throw in people that all get boosted by that tag that supporter has. If you like that, cool. Me personally, don't have that many supporters, so I'm just gonna pick my own teams regardless. Next, we've got a little bit of quality of life to find units a little bit faster. You can use some searches for it. Cool, that's all fine and dandy. With the next set of juice that we got, we have some improved character requests. I know I'm not a big fan of the 5 capture. It's killing me. All my stamina just goes bye-bye, and it makes me very sad. However, at least this time, we're gonna start getting some SP conversion chips. Oddly enough, we're gonna be getting 20 conversion chips every week, making it possible to upgrade about 1 SP unit per month. I don't know why we just couldn't make it 25, do it every 4 weeks, make our lives easier. But I mean, hey, y'all do what y'all do, right? Hopefully we can get the additional ones from the PvP and make it a little bit quicker, a little bit easier for us. I don't know. We'll wait and see. We do have some extra character requests now, and it's going from rank 5. Instead of that being the ceiling, we're now pushing into the rank 6 request. In the rank 6, we're going to have upgrade a unit 5 times, develop 3 units from a series, transfer a specific SR unit, and then transfer 10,000 capital. One thing that I did not say is that we are not going to have capture from rank 6, and you know what? I'm totally fine with that. Matter of fact, if you want to get rid of all the captures, I'm totally fine with that too. That won't hurt my feelings. And so how are we going to get these SP conversion chips? Currently we get 50, 100, and then 200 diamonds from the weekly character request. We'll now be getting it 150, 200, and then the 20 chips. So that way we're kind of condensing our diamonds to get them quicker, and then we also get those chips on top of that. Now this last and final piece is something very surprising. They're saying that based on player behavior and the survey, it's time to start cranking out the high difficulty content. And you know what? I'm totally cool with that. Because I got all these characters that are max level, I got all these pilots that are max level, and I got some supporters, and you know what? This story ain't cutting it. These little baby events ain't cutting it. But you know what is gonna cut it? Eternal Road. And let me tell you, when that comes out, and they said they're gonna be cranking it out at a faster pace with various types of challenging missions. Hey, let me tell you something. They cooking. They cooking. Now, on that front, that can be one form of difficult content. Don't let that be my only one, though. You see what I'm saying? I'd love to have a tower that gets harder the further I climb it, right? Give me a super difficult boss where all the players have to fight it, you know what I'm saying? Give me some other things too. Eternal Rose, great, not hating on it, but adding on variety would also be a nice little cherry on the top, if you will. I'll take everything that I got right now. Honestly, this was a massive news drop. I'm super excited for it, and I can't wait to get my hands on it, play it, and honestly just see what this live stream is going to be about, and hopefully have a crazy good gacha unit coming up with Thunderbolt. Let me know what y'all enjoyed from the news drop that we just had. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let me know down in the comments below. If you want to see more Gundam, I'll be doing some more videos in the future. Like, share, subscribe, all that goodness, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.